since probably the dawn of time, or maybe the beginning of humanity, or at least a little before the internet, people have wanted to go viral. From Renaissance artists to the printing press, to the Kardashians and America's Funniest Home Videos, the method of going viral has changed a lot over time. Fast forward to today. Where are people going viral? TikTok. Before that, Vine, RAP. Both platforms are functionally very similar. You just make a short-form video, send it off to compete with the masses of other videos that are already trending on the app, and pray you get 1 million hits and go viral overnight. Of course, there are still the others: Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook, Visco, Pinterest, but for the sake of consistent analysis, let's stick to the short-form videos on Vine and TikTok. Anyway, what makes you go viral? Some have argued for the study of cultural cartography, tracking a video's impact and emotional response within its viewers, rather than the content on the screen. Others say that there are actually 6 specific factors to making anything from a food photo to an advertisement catch on, ranging from memorable triggers to practical value. In this case, we'll be dissecting content linguistically, reverse engineering iconic Vines and explosive TikToks to see how language plays a part in the virality of a short-form video. Of course, due to the tragic death of Vine, rest in peace, videos can't be pulled directly from the site. Thankfully, internet archivists have painstakingly uploaded compilations of all the best Vines, proving their success on both the original platform and YouTube. For the sake of continuity, we'll be looking at TikToks that have also succeeded against the same conditions, reaching virality on the original platform, gaining enough attention to be included in a YouTube compilation, then collecting at least 1 million views from that compilation video alone. While there are a lot of subcategories that gain traction: pets, cosplay, famous people, dancing, feats of strength, nature, information, thirst traps, fandom, even massive running jokes based on other pre-existing videos, the sample of videos that I analyze will be videos that have succeeded against general competition and have a significant verbal language aspect for analysis. So after over an hour of watching compiled short-form content, I picked through which videos were actually usable for our purposes, transcribed the top 84 videos, wrote an insane amount of notes about each one, and found some notable trends. I'd like to start presenting my findings with the pieces that are not specific parts of speech, like verbs, pronouns, and adjectives. While there are a lot of smaller components here, they all facilitate the portrayal of informal speech. Out of 84 videos, 29 used contractions.
Help me first! I'll save you! Woohoo! He's already gone!
Yeah, but that backflip though.
I don't even know which way the Quiznos is.
Do it for the fun!
I ain't gonna do it.
Do it for the fun!
I ain't gonna do it.
Do it for the fun!
Gonna do it.
Do it for the fun!
In many of the videos where contractions were not used, there was no option to create one. While contractions are extremely common in our everyday speech, they are discouraged in writing, especially academic writing, thus coming off as more casual. By contrast, deliberately avoiding contractions in a goofy video can create a forcibly formal, awkward effect, as illustrated best in this Vine.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Similar to contractions are omissions, where a speaker will leave out sounds, letters, or words from their phrases. While this can make the sentence grammatically incorrect on paper, it's part of our natural verbal speech. The shortening effect of both of these aspects is also beneficial for the short-form video time limit. 19 out of these 84 videos contained at least one omission.
I'm drinking a Mountain Dew past midnight.
What?
You're not my dad!
Hey, what y'all get for number 12?
While policing people's grammar is totally overrated, it's still notable that 27 videos violated the prescriptive rules of grammar in some way. While we're free to talk however we want in friendly settings, official, professional, and academic contexts can be stricter.
You better watch out, you better watch out, you better watch out, you better watch.
Two bros chilling in the hot tub, 5 feet apart cause they're not gay.
And again, correcting how people pronounce things is just rude, but we do still notice when someone's enunciation is different from what we normally hear. It sticks out even if we don't think it's wrong. 22 videos featured non-standard enunciation.
Pronouncing things incorrectly. Walrus. Combi. Pronouncing things incorrectly. Take one dude. Booty quack. Pinocchio. I don't even know how to say that normally. Pronouncing things incorrectly. Categories. Architecture. Double banana grains. Rampage. It's watermelon inside a watermelon.
Oh my god, it's Timothy Cha-omelet!
Swears might be the most strictly reinforced casual words. You'll get some pushback if you try to bring them into a professional, public, or family setting. They're really reserved for your friends and peers, which makes the 22 videos using them position themselves in a place of familiarity to you. Because we are all inherently aware of these restrictions, sometimes the existence of the swears, or a very deliberate avoidance of them, or the fact that someone who should not be saying them is, are the source of the video's humor.
Your fucking money.
Remy, sit. Speak.
Fuck!
Good boy.
Mother trucker, dude. That hurt like a butt cheek on a stick.
Watch your profanity.
Child speakers are actually a notable category in themselves. 14 out of the 84 sampled viral videos had them. In addition, 4 speakers were animals and 2 were inanimate objects.
Hail Satan!
You want a tree? Yes. You want one? Yes. You want one? Yes.
Give me that coffee. Give me that coffee. Give me that coffee.
No.
Cutoffs are another popular aspect of these videos. While many may be accidental purely because of the short time limit, others seem intentionally placed, like in the middle of the video. Most of the time they're funny and seem natural. In scripted videos, they prevent the speaker's monologue or conversation from falling off, which would expose the inauthenticity of pre-planned lines. 18 videos had a cutoff that interrupted speech.
Kids, breakfast is ready. Breakfast not ready.
I may be colorblind, but at least I'm not a ginger. I have some bad.
A potato flew around my room before you came. Excuse.
Repetition, in a way the opposite of a cutoff, is used 17 times.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Target!
Why?
31 videos also featured prepositions, which function to clarify and elaborate on information in a condensed way, convenient for the short time limit. Although they create more complex sentences, we do use them often in everyday speech.
And the sun guardian, guardian of the sun. Poseidon quivers before him. Fuck off.
Look at this graph.
Okay, on to parts of speech. Let's start with nouns. What's unique to the video format is that it has both an auditory and visual component. This means that a creator can play with the relationship between the two, especially with nouns. I've grouped these kinds of videos into 4 categories. Let's start with those that connect the verbal and visual information. This usually means that someone directly names the noun that is on screen.
I'm drinking a Mountain Dew past midnight. I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
Get to Del Taco. They got a new thing called free shavacadoo. Free shavac.
Whoa! Hurricane Katrina! More like Hurricane Tortilla.
And on the other hand, we have a disconnect between the two.
Look at all those chickens.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Third, there's a middle area where the content plays with both disconnecting and connecting the two, maybe correcting one aspect.
Chris, is that a weed?
No, this is a crayon.
Call the police.
911, what's your emergency?
Toss me my keys. I said my keys.
I thought you said printer.
Why the fuck would I say printer?
And lastly, there's wordplay.
Hey, can I have a large number 3, please?
Real easy to see, so you can check.
Well, when life gives you lemons.
Aside from this interplay, the nouns are also mostly concrete rather than abstract. That makes sense since academic writings prefer the latter. They also tend to be more wordy, which we just don't have time for.
Weed? Chicken.
Crayon.
Call the police.
Keys.
Your lemons.
A potato.
A ginger.
2 bros.
Abraham Lincoln.
On to pronouns. For this portion, each unique usage of a pronoun in each video was counted. If a video were to say, "My dog told me to leave my house," we would count me and my 1 time each. While people usually only think of personal pronouns, there were a few others in here. The final count is 15 demonstrative, like these or that, 13 interrogative, like what or who, 12 indefinite, like some or anyone, 3 relative, like which or whose, and 1 reflexive, which was myself. They were all outnumbered by 113 personal pronouns, 60 of which were in the first person, 36 in the second, and 24 in the third. Only 5 of these third-person pronouns were gendered, 3 feminine and 2 masculine. So, in the case of pronouns, a viral video is much more likely to talk about you or me than he or she. Perhaps it feels conversational and involving when the person you're watching isn't talking about other people. And now, verbs. Each verb has valency, meaning we can measure if it requires 0, 1, or 2 objects. He sat would be intransitive, I have a cold would be transitive, and they gave me food would be ditransitive. As for our valency distribution, the transcribed verbs were 32% intransitive, 60% transitive, and 7% ditransitive. The lack of complicated ditransitives again shows a preference for shorter, more casual sentences. I've also tracked verb tense. We have 107 present verbs, 29 past, and 2 future. There were also 32 verbs in the imperative and 13 gerunds. 38 out of the 84 videos contained non-modal auxiliary verbs, and 14 contained modal auxiliary verbs. Since auxiliary verbs themselves can't be conjugated to the 12 aspect and tense combinations, there are fewer verbs with aspects too. However, 49 verbs were simple present tense, 16 simple past, and 1 simple future. There were also 5 present progressives and 3 present perfects. The more complicated tenses were left alone. The adjectives are pretty much what you would expect from normal speech, although they might be more focused around the areas of appearance, flavor, and internet words. In terms of appearance or people's attributes, I have small, white, beautiful, ugly, gay, pregnant, colorblind, and church, to modify church, girl. Internet words, we have crunk and fleek. This could definitely be representative of a larger trend in the content of these short-form videos in which people are talked about or food is focused on and internet words are invented. And as for adverbs, we don't see any of the usual ly modifications from adjectives that we often use in writing. In fact, they're mostly just words about time. Always, never, tonight, finally. And there you have it. While these videos used as examples in here don't encompass the entirety of the sample, the data does. Through these figures, we can see how the natural, casual, and flawed language of an English speaker is able to achieve the most success and go viral.